This is NEC News Today. I'm Jeremiah McKinnon with NECNewsToday.com. Here now are the top cannabis news stories from around New England for the last week of April 2022. The state of Maine recently tried to convince the First Circuit Court of Appeals that their requirement for owners of medical dispensaries to live in Maine is not a violation of the U.S. Commerce Clause. Maine is trying to preserve their requirement for medical marijuana businesses to be owned by only residents. This case began when Northeast Patients Group, who owns 3 dispensaries in Maine, decided that it wants to sell to High Street Capital Partners, LLC, whose owners are not Maine residents. Northeast Patients Group filed a lawsuit against the state in August 2021. The company won their case in U.S. District Court. Maine appealed their decision shortly thereafter. According to Maine, the First Circuit should reverse the lower court's ruling because it primarily relied on striking down the residency requirement as a violation of the Commerce Clause. The state argues that the Commerce Clause only protects national markets. In their view, the law Congress has enacted, which prohibits marijuana at the federal level, precludes a nationwide cannabis marketplace from existing. This case is the first time that the issue of residency requirements for cannabis businesses has reached a United States Court of Appeals. Maine is not the only state that uses residency requirements to some degree in its cannabis licensing, so this decision will ultimately impact the nationwide marijuana market. For more information on this case and this developing story, please visit NECNewsToday.com. This week, the Massachusetts Registry of Motor Vehicles made it clear that they can cancel your driving exam based solely on the odor of marijuana. The Massachusetts RMV has announced that anyone taking a road test will need to bring their own vehicle for the exam starting May 2, 2022. According to the announcement, if the applicant, sponsor, or vehicle smells like cannabis, the RMV will automatically end the road test. During the pandemic, RMV utilized vehicles that were loaned from the Mass DOT Highway Division. This allowed individuals to take the road test while using a safe and sanitized vehicle that was maintained by the RMV. The contract between the RMV and Mass DOT is set to expire on April 29th. Anyone taking a road test will need to bring a sponsor, a vehicle in good working condition with a valid registration, inspection sticker, and several other requirements. Despite the legality of cannabis, a new rule makes it clear that the odor of cannabis is listed as one of the reasons that the RMV can automatically end your driving test. This includes the odor of cannabis emanating from clothing or from inside the vehicle. Rescheduling a future road test would be the responsibility of the applicant. For more information about this update from the Mass RMV, please visit our website. A new edible product was released this month at the Major Bloom Dispensary in Worcester. Ulysses Youngblood, president of Major Bloom in Worcester, recently added a new product to his store shelves. Surreal bars are cereal bars that are a collaboration between Major Bloom and Infused Element, a Holyoke-based manufacturer of edible marijuana products. The first flavors to be introduced are Fruity Crisps, the original Rice Crisps, and Cocoa Chocolate Crisps. Each treat contains roughly 5 milligrams of THC with 4 separate pieces per package. According to the company, the idea for a cereal bar came from adding something new to a snack that some have enjoyed throughout their life. These products are aimed at normalizing cannabis and giving customers products that longtime cannabis consumers are familiar with. The cereal bars debuted on April 20th to celebrate 420. Major Bloom also introduced home delivery this month. For more information on this new product, please visit NECNewsToday.com. In Connecticut, lawmakers are facing opposition and protest over a bill that establishes new penalties and restrictions on cannabis. On April 20th, several cannabis enthusiasts, advocates, and supporters rallied outside the Connecticut State House to demonstrate their opposition to the bill. When Connecticut legalized marijuana in 2021, the law did not prohibit gifting or trading of cannabis products. Events have popped up since cannabis was legalized where vendors are connecting consumers with cannabis. One such event series called High Bazaar caught the attention from Hamden officials and was eventually shut down. A bill was recently introduced that would establish penalties for those who gift, sell, or transfer cannabis to another person in exchange for a donation of any purpose. Because of this bill, activists who rallied in opposition explained that legal cannabis stores are not yet open, and many members of their community depend heavily on cannabis through gifts or donations. For more information about this bill, as well as the rally, please visit our website. Connecticut lawmakers are also tackling advertising with new legislation that would ban out-of-state cannabis companies from marketing on Connecticut billboards. Marijuana has been legal in Connecticut for less than a year, and dispensaries have not yet opened. One thing that you can find in Connecticut are billboards that advertise cannabis along the highway. These billboards highlight Massachusetts cannabis brands who are marketing to attract cannabis consumers in this neighboring state. Lawmakers in Connecticut have recently passed legislation that would put restrictions on cannabis advertising. The bill passed the Connecticut House of Representatives with 98 votes in support and 48 votes in opposition. Only companies that possess a Connecticut cannabis license would be allowed to advertise on billboards within the state. Illuminated billboards could not contain the image of a marijuana leaf between the hours of 6 a.m. and 11 p.m. Instead of a blanket prohibition on cannabis advertising, legislators claim that this bill would create very reasonable time, place, and manner restrictions that happen to include being awarded a Connecticut license. This story is developing. For more information, please visit necnewstoday.com. This week, NEC News Today stopped by the Seed Dispensary in Jamaica Plain to try pre-rolls grown by the Black-owned business JustinCredible Cultivation. We tried 3 different JustinCredible strains available through the Seed Dispensary. The 3 strains were Strawberry Banana, Trainwreck, and Watermelon Skittles. For the full review, including photos, please visit necnewstoday.com. Rhode Island has announced that their 6th and final new medical dispensary will be selected this week. The Rhode Island Department of Business Regulation announced that they will be selecting which company will receive the state's last medical cannabis license. The only remaining region that has not been issued a dispensary license is Zone 6, which spans from Pawtucket to Newport. According to the announcement, the only company that's qualified or eligible to receive the license is Mother Earth Wellness in Pawtucket. The license for Zone 6 was held up for some time as businesses who were disqualified from the state lottery appealed their disqualifications. Other businesses were stonewalled by local officials who have denied their necessary approvals to obtain and maintain state licensure. To find out more about this announcement, please visit our website. At a Merrimac, Massachusetts town meeting, residents voted to lift the town's ban on adult-use cannabis establishments. Previous attempts to allow recreational marijuana in 2017 and 2019 were defeated. At this month's town meeting, residents overwhelmingly supported this proposal. This comes as the town looks for additional ways to bring in money. Be Well Organic Medicine is a medical-only dispensary in the town. If allowed to open for adult-use sales, the business could potentially bring in tens of thousands in tax revenue for Merrimac. Be Well will need to approach the town to receive all the necessary permits and ultimately a license from the Cannabis Control Commission before opening to adults aged 21 years or older. To learn more about this story, please visit our website, necnewstoday.com. Meanwhile, voters in Scituate, Massachusetts decided that for now, their ban on adult-use cannabis businesses will remain in place. Residents of Scituate voted at their recent town meeting to continue their ban on adult-use marijuana businesses. Some residents were concerned about whether a recreational dispensary could be located next to residential homes within the business district. Some felt that the wording was too complex, and others referred to Scituate as a country town, where marijuana has no place in the community. In 2016, 52.4% of Scituate voters did not support the ballot question that legalized marijuana. For more information, please visit our website. A new program that offers training and resources to minority-owned cannabis businesses held some of its first sessions in Massachusetts this week. The Black Cannabis CEO Intensive Program held their first in-person sessions in Boston. The training sessions give cannabis executives resources to learn more about different aspects of managing a successful and growing business. The information spans from finances to marketing, customer experience, and risk management. According to the Black Cannabis CEO Intensive Program's website, the goal is that upon completion of the program, all graduates will be equipped with the business plans, knowledge, network, and know-how to scale their cannabis businesses into ones that reflect their potential. The program is available only to minority cannabis business owners that have been in the business for at least 2 years. The program includes 65 total hours, including mandatory in-person workshops. The Boston cohort is the first of 4 that the group will conduct nationwide. For more information on this program, please visit necnewstoday.com. Massachusetts Cannabis Control Commissioner Kimberly Roy was spotted up on Beacon Hill asking the legislature to fund more programs that educate about driving while under the influence. Commissioner Roy was asking the legislature to fund technology that could prevent instances of impaired driving. This technology could simulate impairment and educate young drivers about the dangers of driving while impaired. Commissioner Roy held a pair of Fatal Vision branded impairment goggles that are used in driver education courses in Massachusetts to demonstrate impairment. Users on social media platforms like TikTok have reportedly shared videos that claim that driving high is safer than driving drunk. Commissioner Roy believes that while the science is unsettled on how to detect impairment, it's important that something is done to educate drivers on the risks and dangers of driving while impaired. For more information on this developing story, please visit necnewstoday.com. Last but not least this week, former Fall River Mayor Jasiel Correia recently reported to federal prison in New Hampshire. The former mayor of Fall River turned himself in to federal prison to start his 6-year sentence for fraud and extortion. Correia previously received 7 delays to postpone the start of his sentence. After the judge in his case denied a request for an 8th delay, Correia filed paperwork in the 1st District Court of Appeals to remain out of prison while his appeal is being considered. That request was denied, and Correia voluntarily arrived at the Berlin Federal Correctional Institution on Friday, April 21st. Correia and his lawyers have petitioned for a new trial because of what they believe is insufficient evidence to uphold his original conviction. For more information on this ongoing story, please visit our website. For the absolute latest New England cannabis news, head on over to necnewstoday.com and follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. If you're enjoying this show, please be sure to like this video. Subscribe to NEC News Today for more great content and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode of the show. For New England Cannabis News Today, this is Jeremiah McKinnon, reminding you to always use cannabis responsibly and to enjoy your cannabis-filled adventures throughout New England.